Was the 100K Warzone LAN tournament rigged for cheaters? Before I answer that question, let's look back how it all started.
Down one.
Nice.
On the rock. Down.
Nice.
Down two.
On me. 2 seconds. Got him.
I just got my full.
Same spot. Same spot.
Yeah. The
Cracked armor. Knocked. Got him down. Rock.
Crack behind that rock.
One shot. Knocked. In front of me.
Team wipe. Last team. Last team.
He's in front of me.
Okay, one's at this rock.
Which rock, bro?
Dead. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go, baby! We're a fucking record, baby! Let's fucking go, 72! Let's fucking go!
Come on! Let's go, baby. Good shit, bro. Thank God D-lagged out, bro. Holy shit, bro.
Joe and I really enjoyed seeing these up-and-comers, and with Biffle, he really popped on our radar about a month ago, and every time we've seen him, he's just been so good. And to see him come from someone I wasn't familiar with to now playing with the likes of Nick and Swag and to put on a show like he did, it just makes me feel good, man.
About a year ago, myself, Diaz, and Hector had this crazy idea. What if we were able to somehow and somewhat host the first Warzone LAN tourney? But like not just any tourney. I'm talking about one with like the top competitors from around the world, all the way to EU. And not just for any money. I'm thinking like the fattest prize pool we've ever done, $100,000. It was gonna be a long shot, of course, but it's good to set goals for yourself. A little bit harder though when it's a dream by 3 idiots, but as you can see, we made it work. Of course, that would require a lot of backing, sponsors, but I think the most important thing was the trust out of these competitors to fly out, take time out of their stream, and to compete. Especially against like people and myself who they've never met before in real life. But now that you guys have a back on really how the story begins, I want to fast forward to when we started making moves. And I'm talking about really big moves. Fast forward a couple months, we got picked up by a management group called TKG. And shout out Chewy, she's the one who's taking care of us, and especially this tournament. Within that span of a year, we went from idea to execution. But during that time span, in the Warzone scene, there was cheater after cheater after cheater of people getting exposed. And I'm not just talking about your traditional aimbot. I'm talking about wall hacks, even routers and VPNs. You name it, it was out there. And don't get me wrong, there are cheaters being caught left and right, and rightfully so. But with just as many cheaters being caught, there's also as many players, if not more, being wrongfully accused of cheating. And I know this story head on because one of those people being the little shit Diaz Biffle, but we can save that story for another time. But what I'm gonna talk about is the Warzone community started to evolve to this toxic environment. And I'm saying even worse than the old S&D days. I mean, these rodents were coming out of nowhere and just making accusation videos after accusation videos. And I mean, I get it. Who doesn't like a little drama? And honestly, at first, I thought it was just pure comedy and I kind of overlooked it. Because at the end of the day, what do you expect somebody who plays the game 8 hours minimum every single day for over a year? They're gonna shoot straight. And I mean, God forbid there was a feature in the game that assisted your aim on controller. I mean, that would just make things even worse. Side note, I'm kidding about aim assist, by the way. Anyways, in the back of my head, I thought if there ever was a time to prove you're not cheating and basically how good of a player you are, you were gonna be able to give that opportunity during the Warzone LAN we had coming up for $100,000. And let me make this clear. Every PC and monitor was provided by us and checked and monitored by the staff regularly. We even had rehearsals where everyone was able to test out their equipment, and we had staff going in and out, checking, making sure everyone was running smoothly, getting the fair FPS, and everyone was playing on a fair system. And the only thing the competitors were allowed to bring was their headset, controller, or mouse and keyboard. And some of them even brought their mouse pads, but I really don't think that's too much of a big deal. And one of the things I think not a lot of people understand is during rehearsal, every single one of those competitors had to leave their equipment in that room. They were not allowed to go back in and replace anything or check anything out. They were only allowed to be in the room after rehearsal, which was going to be during the competition itself, when everyone was in there, including the staff to every other competitor. Well, just like that though, the tournament ran smoothly. We had a couple dev errors, but luckily for us, Krampus wasn't running around in custom games, so honestly things just turned out well. Of course, in the back of my head, I really wanted D and Super Evan to win, but there's always next time for those guys. But not even a week later, I stumbled across this Reddit thread. Wouldn't people that are legit in these 100K tournaments call out cheaters to get them banned for a way better chance of winning? Not all of them are close friends. People do anything for money. It's hard to believe that they did not say anything about people cheating or even want to compete in a tournament with hackers and stand no chance. And if all these streamers are cheating and covering for each other, do you think they try to out hack each other in these 100K tourneys with money on the line? How does this make sense? No, yeah, like that's an actual post on a Reddit thread about our tournament. That is a real person over the internet who just typed that out. And the thread goes on, and there's even this one, and don't get me wrong, there were people defending us, but with anyone defending us, there was also people coming up with the most ridiculous excuses. Don't get me wrong, a majority of viewers love the tournament. There's some things we gotta fix, but for the first tournament, it ran 10 out of 10. And we even had some guys defending us, like this guy here, but everyone who defended us, there's always one person to say something else. I'm not here to say there aren't still cheaters in Verdansk. In fact, I run into them probably once a day, and I hope too that the Ricochet anti-cheat really starts to kick in soon, because if not, it's going to take a toll on Warzone. But to say streamers who stream 8 hours every single day and compete, and yeah, they might have 1 or 2 sus clips a day, I for one and can definitely say so, but you can't compare your gameplay to theirs. Every single one of those competitors at our tournament were legit, 1000%. They worked their asses off to be there, and they deserve to be there. And yeah, no one was dropping 20 bombs in a 30-person pro lobby. I've seen those tweets all over the place. It's a $100,000 pro tourney, the total opposite of what you're seeing during a pub stomping stream. And if you had to take one thing away from this, and then something I like to tell my stream and the YouTube a lot, is try not to compare your gameplay to another. You can't compare your gameplay to someone who plays the game for a living versus someone who plays after work or after school. I would say this, always ask yourself, do you put in the same amount of time and effort as they do? And maybe you do, and it just doesn't work out for you. It just, some people are good at things and some people aren't. And that's okay. Trust me, you'll be okay. But moving forward, we got to make the Warzone community a little bit better and try not to tear each other down over this whole cheating shit.